Hello and welcome to Solo Playhouse. My name's Matt, and today I'm at last continuing with Storyfold Wildwoods. We are about to start chapter 4. There are only 5 chapters. This deck of cards seems a little bit bigger. I don't know how many sections of chapter 4 there are. But here we are, and we are at Light and Thunder. So let's give this a read. So it says Luma. Oh, and I should say the last game I played came down to the wire. On the last roll, I rolled 4 hits, which was pretty amazing. And I thought I was gonna lose it, and we won. It was good. So, chapter 4, Light and Thunder. Luma clung tightly to Brom as he ran onward. Spurred on by the distant howls, the old bear's weary feet splashed wantonly through the shallow water. Soon the swamp gave way to damp, rolling slopes surrounded by craggy cliffs dotted with boulders and pine trees. In the distance, the lone mountain loomed, its peak shrouded in thunderous clouds. The wolf howls echoed around them, seeming to come from every direction, just like the sweeping rain that cut coldly across Luma's face. Luma's panic ebbed momentarily as she stared at the acorn shimmering dimly in her hand. She wondered what to do with it. In her heart, she understood that the acorn could heal the forest, and that the seed was somehow connected to the death of the woman and the birth of the shadow. But how? The raven had said that seeds only take root in darkness. Did that mean in the heart of the shadow? Luma wasn't sure. As Luma's thoughts drifted to the woman beneath the tree, she wondered what might have happened to the baby. Luma was sure she had not seen the child in her last vision. Just then, Luma caught a brief movement in the underbrush to her right, like eyes shifting in the dark. When she turned to get a better look, though, Luma got swept up into another vision. A baby girl, wrapped in a white woolen scarf, lay in a hastily made basket of twigs and leaves. The basket floated adrift on a river, caught by a gentle current. In the background, the tree of life loomed overhead, still blossoming. Below the tree, the woman stood watching, her heavy breath slowing as she calmly turned to face a pack of oncoming wolves. The vision faded as suddenly as it appeared. Luma's heart raced. Perhaps the baby had survived, she thought. Clutching the acorn, Luma held on tight to Brom, trusting her oldest friend as he ran relentlessly up the mountain foothills and deeper into darkness. So I have set up, I've done a component setup, and now I'm going to do the chapter setup. So the chapter setup says, take the chapter 4 deck from the game box and place it face down in chapter space. So this is a new deck. Oh, that came off that bit. Okay, there we go. So the top card is return this deck to the game box. So put it face down in the chapter space. Take the 4 shadow cards and place them face down in the shadow space in order, with shadow card 1 on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the 9 creatures. So there we go. Shuffle them. And place them face down in the creature space. So we have new creatures for chapter 4. Turn the page to scene 19, Rambrug. Okay, so we have a little bit more to read. Rambrug. Brom halted at the edge of the river. A fallen tree, slick and slippery from rain, served as a narrow bridge. The way forward became blocked, however, when several rams stepped into the path in total silence. Their eyes gleamed with unspoken challenges. The air grew tense as Brom's fur started shimmering, with a radiant light in response to the impeding standoff. Behind them, the sound of howls grew louder. Luma felt trapped as a panic swept over her yet again. More panic? So, scene setup. Place the light marker on the leftmost base and the shadow marker on the rightmost base of the Wildwoods track. Search the explore deck for Merrill. Explore deck. So is it on the bottom? Oh, no. For Merrill, if you find it, place it face up in your boon area. I don't know if we've got Merrill. Yeah. If you find it, place it. Otherwise, remove story card 10 from the chapter deck and return it to the game box. Okay, so story card 10. Yeah, we didn't get everything in the last chapter we did. We have skin of our teeth time. Search the explore deck for Hope and place it face up in your boon area. Okay, so we have the boon Hope. When used, re-roll any number of dice, then discard this card. Then shuffle your explore deck. Okay. Then search the chapter deck for 2 rams, so they'll probably be at the bottom. Yeah. 2 ram cards. And resolve their on-play effects. So this ram, its on-play effect is 3+. So it's going to move down all these cards. And then, of course, the other ram is 3+ as well. So it's going to move down all our cards. And then search the chapter deck for Wolf and place it face up in the creature discard pile. There is Wolf. And they're going into the discard, so hopefully don't need to worry about them for a while. And then draw 1 shadow card. Draw shadow card 1. So this is Panic. The wolves are coming. On play, lose 2. I've forgotten the name. It's been a while. Spirit. So this is. Can you see? Yes, you can. This is Spirit over here, just above me. We lose 2. Oh, and I should say I have Brom that is behind me, which is the Protect card. During the Luma phase, if Brom is not in the Shadow discard pile, you may spend 1 crystal from any action card to light 1 creature, then flip this card. So that Shadow card is done, so it goes into the discard pile. Okay, so we have shadow effects. Which are activated by the shadow marker. And those shadow effects are the Twisted Flax. If there is no wolf in the river, search the creature discard pile for wolf and resolve its on play effect. Okay, so wolf can come in. And Luma prevails if you resolve the cross location, which is this one, which this location we need to have our light marker in the center to be able to do this. Draw story card 3. And the shadow prevails if the shadow marker reaches the center of the Wildwoods track, and if you resolve the breach location, draw story card 4. Otherwise, scene 33, alone in the dark. So it would be good if we could do this. So now I need to remember how to play. So this might be the first one we do. So run, lose 2 spirit for each creature in the river. So at the moment there would be 2, so we would lose 4. And we need to gain successes for explore, which is right the way down here, so it's probably not going to be the first thing we do. We need to do 3 explores. But we can use distract to light 1 creature. So this is help. So we would need 2 successes. So gain successes to resolve a help location. So we might want to try lighting a creature first. So we only need 1 success to light these rams. So you can see here they have 1 light on them. And I can't remember exactly what light does. So we better find out. So light. To light 1 creature, you will need to gain 1 success for each of those light symbols on the creature's card. If you do, move that creature to the end of the river and place a stun token on it. To advance the light marker, you will need to gain 1 or more successes. If you do, advance the light marker 1 space to the right for each success. Okay, yeah, so I think we should try that. So we have 5 dice that we can use now. And where is my cute little dice tray? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we have this dice tray, which is cute. So I want to light some creatures. It's definitely the way to go. So I'm going to light. So I just move this down. So we can roll to gain successes to light 1 creature, or for each success advance the light marker 1 space. So I think I've got to get 5 or more, so I'm going to roll 2 dice. and we got 2 successes. So I am going to light this first ram up. So they get stunned, which means they won't activate. So they won't take 2 spirit away from us. This is where it denotes that. So then we're resolving this ability. So lighting the creature. Move the creature to the end of the river and place a stun token on it. So they move to the end of the river and they get that stun token, and then everything else moves up. And then we move the action card that we used to the end of the river and everything moves up again. So that's our first turn. These dice are exhausted. And then we get to have another go. So the next good available one is help. So we can get 2 help to resolve this location, which is distract, to light 1 creature. But we need 2 successes. So I think, considering we need 2, we've got to roll the 3, really. There's no point in keeping them for this run because we need 2 successes there. So there's nothing we can do. We haven't got any crystals yet to help us. So I'm going to roll these 3 die. And we got a 6 and a 3. We needed 4 or above. So we didn't do that. So instead, because this didn't work for distract, we get 1 success, which means we get 1 crystal, and we can put this crystal on any card we want. And crystals help us with successes. So after rolling a dice and gaining at least 1 success, you may spend crystals to gain an additional success for each crystal spent. Crystals must be spent from an action card you're currently resolving. There is, which I've been playing, something that makes it slightly easier, where even if you don't get any successes, you can spend a crystal. But I'm going to put this crystal on the Explore. So this, we didn't distract, but at least we got a crystal as a little benefit. Okay, so we've rolled all our dice. They are all exhausted. So now, now we've performed actions. We go into the shadow phase and we activate creatures. So the first creature is a ram. So there is only an activation of losing 2 spirit. I could have used hope, couldn't I, to reroll those dice? Anyway. And after activation, there is no effect, so the ram is staying there. And then we move down the river, and we have a ram here, and they are stunned, so we're not going to lose 2 spirit, but they lose their stun token. And then we move the shadow token down, and nothing happens this turn. And that's the end of the shadow phase, so we go back to the top of the Luma phase, which means we get our 5 dice back. So I'm going to do the Explore. Now we could try a heal first. And we would need to get 2 successes to heal this ram. If we did, we would get 2 crystals. And we need to get 5 or more on the die. Phew. I think I'm going to risk it. Because the Explore, I'm going to roll 3. The Explorer can roll 2, and even if I get 1 success, I can still get the run. So I'm going to heal. I'm going to roll 3. We got a 6 and a 5, so we did get the 2. So we have healed this ram. So it gets discarded and we get 2 crystals. So I'm going to put another one on Explore. And we've got a lot of exploring to do. I'm going to put the other one on Explore as well. I think we can have a maximum of 3. Yeah. So those are exhausted. We have used the heal. So that moves down to the end and everything else moves up. So now I know I can get a success on this because even if I don't roll any successes, I can spend crystals with this new rule, which just makes it a bit easier. So I'm going to roll these 2 and see if I get 3 or more. And I got 2 successes anyway, so we have done this action. Run. Lose 2 for each creature in the river. So we've only got 1, so we're going to lose 2 spirit. So Explore was used, goes to the end of the river, everything moves back up. And we are at the end of the Luma phase. So we go to the Shadow phase. This ram is going to make us lose 2 spirit. No effect after activation. And the Shadow marker is going to move, and we do activate the Shadow effect. If there is no wolf in the river, search the creature discard pile for wolf and resolve its on-play effect. So we have the wolf here, and it says on play 6+. So the wolf will go here. Now the wolf loses us 2 spirit as well. After it activates, end of the river, then draw 1 creature card. Do not activate it this shadow phase. So the wolf is adding more creatures. Probably more wolves, I would think. So that's the end of the shadow phase. We start the Luma phase again and get all our dice back. Now I could do with moving the light marker, and the light action is good for that. I really need to do that. We have 1, 2, 3 more rounds to go, including this one. No, 4, including this one. Yeah, I'm going to roll 3 dice to do light. And we got 3 successes. So for each success, advance the light marker 1 space. 1, 2, 3. So we only need 1 more. The light goes to the end of the river. And then we have 2 left. So I think we will, yeah, we're going to try distract. So we need 2, 4 and above. And I got a 4 and a 5. So we've done that. So we do light 1 creature. Now, it can be either of these. The wolf is going to put a creature card into our river, and that's not good. So I'm going to move them to the end of the river and stun them. Even though that ram is there. And then help will move to the end of the river as well. Actually, maybe... Yeah, the after activation effect happens anyway. But to be honest with you, the wolf would be up here anyway if... the only thing is the wolf would move to the end. So maybe I'll do it the other way around. So we would be here thinking about it. We will be like that. Hello, Gabriel Malay. Hello. So that is the end of the Luma phase. We activate creatures. So the wolf, end of the river. So we're going to lose 2 spirits, and then it goes to the end of the river. Then draw 1 creature card. Do not activate it this shadow phase. So we draw 1 creature, and it's an Oyo. You cannot light this creature. On play, end of the river. So the wolf has activated. The ram is stunned. So does nothing. We don't lose any spirit. And they stay where they are. Okay. And then we move the shadow marker. And the shadow effect won't activate. If there is no wolf in the river. There is. So we're back to the Luma phase. And heal is the obvious option. And I think maybe we should heal. Because we're going to get a shadow card. But there are 3 shadow cards still. So when the last shadow card is picked up, then that is the end. The end. So let's heal. I could explore. fact, I could explore and do the breach, because the breach, if we're successful in getting 2 successes, discard 1 creature card from the river, then draw story card 1. But we can heal 1 creature. I think I'm going to explore, because I don't need to get successes for this, so I'm actually going to roll 1. No, I think I need to roll 2. I'm going to roll 2. I got a 6 and a 1, so we will spend a crystal to get the 2 successes. So we have completed breach. So we discard 1 creature card from the river, then draw story card 1. So we'll discard wolf. Then read story card 1. So story card 1 is White Rabbit. With a flash of light, Luma sent the ram scattering away, but the howls behind her grew louder. Heart-pounding, Luma turned her attention to the slippery bridge. Suddenly, a small... Come on. Suddenly, a small rabbit emerged from the rocks beside her, its eyes meeting hers. Grateful for the distraction, Luma took a deep breath and stepped onto the bridge. On play, draw story card 2 and place it face up on the scene. Okay. Dash. Retreat the shadow marker 1 space. Ooh. Where should we put it? Oh, there it is, yeah. It fits right there. And it also covers up that thing, not that it matters. So we have a new action. So we've done breach. Then all these move up. Explore goes to the end. Okay. So now we can take another action. Let's not use the dash yet. We can't do cross because, well, we can't use the card anyway, but we need to have got the light marker into the center. So we could do heal to get that light marker into the center. But I could also heal a creature. I might try and heal the creature. So we're going to roll 2 dice. And we will try and heal the ram or the... I think the Oyo. We'll try and heal that. So we're looking for two successes of 3 or more. We got a 6 and a 4, so we will heal the OEO, which gives us 2 more crystals, which is good. So I will put 1 on help and 1 on light. And everything moves up. And I still have 1 more dice to roll. So I'm going to roll this last dice and we're going to do light. So whether we succeed or not, because of the house rule, I can get this light token into the center, but maybe we won't need it. 7, yes, so we don't need it. So we move the light marker into the center. Light goes to the end of the river, everything moves up. So that ram is at the top again. And that is the end of the Luma phase. So we now go to the shadow phase and activate creatures. So we're losing 2 spirit because of the ram. There is no other effect. There are no other creatures there, so we move the shadow marker, which means because there's no wolf in the river, we search for the wolf and we resolve its on-play effect. On play, it goes to 6. So the next Luma phase. Do you know what? I don't think I need dash. So I think I will just, I'm going to play cross because I have the light in the center. I need to do this. And once we resolve cross, we move on. And I only need 2 successes. I have 2 crystals anyway. So I can basically just roll all these dice, I think. I don't see why not. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to roll 5 dice and do the explore action for cross. So we need 5 or more. And we've got an 8 and a 7 and an 8. So we don't need to spend any crystals. So we draw 3 explore cards. 1, 2, 3. And we choose 1 to keep and 1 to, and the others are discarded. So we only have 1 boon, which is stink. When used, move 1 creature card to the end of the river, then discard this card. And so we'll use that as a boon, and we'll discard those 2. And we have completed cross. Explore moves to the end. And these move up. And I think, yeah, if you resolve the cross location, draw story card 3. So we will. And this says, the bridge. With Brom guarding her back, Luma inched across the slippery bridge. The cold rain plastered her hair over her eyes, but she blew the strands away with a quick puff of breath. Don't look down now, she whispered to herself. Only a few more steps. On play, draw story card 5. So not 4, 5. And this is a safe belly. As Luma crossed the river, another vision engulfed her mind. She saw an otter tenderly lifting a baby girl from a broken basket which had been tangled in the reeds. The otter cradled the baby on her soft belly, holding the child tight in her furry paws as she swam across the river and disappeared into the night. On play, remove Dash from the scene and return it to the game box. Then travel to scene 20, the gorge. Okay, so Dash goes out. And then we travel. So when we travel steps, discard the creatures from the river. Clean up the river. So everything moves up. Crystals stay on the cards. Remove the markers from the scene. So you see, I had good rolls there. Good dice rolls. And go to the next save or scene. So we're going to 20. So I think we'll play this one as well. The gorge. With a river behind her, Luma halted at the mouth of a craggy gorge. She blew on her hands and rubbed her tired legs. As warmth returned to her body, Luma's heart pounded. Yes, the baby had survived, she nodded. But where is she now? Before she could ponder further, a nudge from Brom snapped Luma from her thoughts. A giant tiger stalked out of the gorge, its wet teeth glistening in the rain. Luckily, the tiger had not noticed them. Instead, it seemed transfixed on a rabbit farther ahead, as if ready to pounce. So the scene set up. We place the light marker on the leftmost and the shadow marker on the rightmost Wildwoods track. Search the chapter deck for Sable-tongued and Canine and resolve their on-play effects in that order. So Sable-tongued goes on 5. And Canine, when you discard this card, return it to the game box instead. End of the river. Search the chapter deck for Hunted and place it face down on the top of the Explore deck. So yeah, that will be the next card. And it's a bad thing. It goes on top. So we have shadow effects. If there is no wolf in the river, search the creature discard for wolf and resolve its on-play effect, so the wolves are still after us. And Luma prevails if you resolve the squeeze location, travel to scene 21. And the shadow prevails if the shadow marcher reaches the centre of the Wildwoods track. Okay, so Sable-tongued is taking one spirit away from us every shadow phase. And after the activation, end of the river, then discard one other creature card from the river. If you cannot lose 3 spirit instead. So Sable-tongued is taking out creatures from the river. So we kind of need to get one creature. Get creatures into the river. And sure enough, the second action, oh, you can see that, yeah, is Lure. Draw one creature card. So we have, first of all, we have Sneak. To attempt, you must use all your remaining dice. Draw one Explore card. Okay, so that's going to be that Explore card, whatever that is. And the final action we need to complete is draw story card 8, squeeze. We need 3 successes. Watch, draw 3 Explore cards, choose one to keep and discard the others. So actually that might be the thing to do because I'm not sure about this Explore card. And luckily for me, I have help in the top position. We're going to have to do some lighting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we might have to try and use the whole one round to do that. Okay. So let's start. We do have I really need to get to draw another creature out, because at the end of this, Sableton will kill this rabbit. And Sableton is very difficult to remove, and that's, you know, because of what he's doing. So they don't want us to remove him. But we could stun him for 2 as well, but not right now, and I need to get the light going. So let's do help. We can do watch. We need 2 successes, but I do have a crystal. So I'm going to roll 2. We've got an 8 and a 3, so we get the 2 successes. So we do watch. Oops. Watch. Draw 3 explore cards. Choose 1 to keep and discard the others. 1, 2, 3. So we drew 3 Bane cards. The hunted card is lose 1 spirit for each creature in the river, then move each creature card 1 space towards the start of the river and discard this card. That's not good. Grief. At the start of each shadow phase, lose 1 spirit. On play, place 1 of your boon cards face down on top of the explore deck. Then place this card in your boon area. And to discard it, we need to heal twice. We also have wounded. You cannot use the Brom or Luma cards. On play, if Brom is in the Brom space and there is not another wounded card in play, place this card face up on top of Brom, otherwise discard this card. So we can't use Brom. I think that's probably the best one to use. So Brom is wounded, basically. And I haven't needed to use him yet. I probably will find I do now. Okay, so we've done watch. So help has been used, and these move up. And I still have 3 available. So I think we might just use heal to get yeah, I'm going to roll 1 to heal. And that is a success. So I'm going to gain a spirit and move them to the end. And then I'm going to try and do sneak. And I know I'm going to do it because I have 2 crystals. We have to use all our remaining dice. We got a 4 and a 2, so I've got to spend those 2 crystals. I can do this under the house rule. So we've completed sneak. You attempt, use all your remaining dice, draw 1 explore card. Oh, Jolly good, it's a boon. When used, gain crystal for each creature in the river, then discard this card. Okay, so explore goes to the end of the river. I think we did the best we could. Okay. So, shadow phase. We activate creatures. So, sable-tongued, we're going to lose one spirit. We just stopped ourselves from getting a shadow card, which is good. After activation, end of the river. Then, discard one other creature card from the river if you cannot lose 3 spirit. Yes, we can. 9 gets discarded. And everything moves up. So it's kind of good, but we just need to lure another creature in. And the shadow marker moves up, and we activate the twisted flax if there is no wolf in the river. Search the creature discard for wolf. Oh, so wolf is coming in. That's interesting. On play, wolf goes to 6. Okay, so Sableton will kill next turn. Interesting. Okay, Luma phase. We still have hope, so we can re-roll any number of dice. We have stink, so we move one creature to the end of the river. And we have shimmering hope, gain crystals for each creature in the river, then discard this card. Now, if we do lure, which we have to do, we are going to draw a creature card. So at that point, we will have 3 creatures, which is all we can have. So that would be a good time to use Shimmering Hope. But I think I'm going to use all 5 dice. No, I'm going to use lure. 1 dice. I think there's something about you must roll at least 1 die. Okay, so I'd only have to roll 1. So I'm going to roll 1 to lure. So we're looking for a 4 or more. We got 6, so I don't need to use that crystal. So we've done lure. We draw 1 creature card. And it's a cry. On play, end of the river. So help goes to the end of the river. Boons. Yeah, so I'm going to use my boon, Shimmering Hope. Gain a crystal for each creature in the river, then discard this card. So there are 3, and I can put them anywhere. So I'm going to put 1 on heal and 2 on explore. And Shimmering Hope gets discarded. And then I have 4 dice left. So I think I'm gonna... Sableton is going to get rid of 1 creature. We are going to get a shadow card. There's nothing I can really do about that. So I think I'm going to try and get to move the light token. So I'm going to roll the 4 dice. And I got 3 successes and 1 fail. 1, 2, 3. So I could spend this token, but I think I'll just keep it just in case, because I'm gonna have to do that action again. Okay. So my first real fail of dice. Okay, so I've rolled all my dice. So we go to the shadow phase. So we lose 2, 1, 2, and we draw a shadow card. Fright. The shadows are closing in, we're trapped. On play, take each Bane card in the Explore discard pile and place them face down on top of the Explore deck, then shuffle the Explore deck. Ugh. That's not good. There's quite a lot of... I feel like there's more Banes than boons in this deck anyway. Oops. Oops. What are we on there? Yeah. I'm just checking my live stream to see where it was. Yeah, it was there. Okay. Okay. So, we drew the shadow card. Wolf goes to the end of the river. Then draw 1 creature card. So, if there are 7 cards in the river and you're forced to draw a creature card, discard that card and lose spirit equal to the spirit value instead. So, we have a Scorpus that loses 2 spirit. And then Sableton will go. We'll lose 1 spirit. After activation, end of the river. Then discard 1 other creature card from the river. Wolf will come back out anyway. and move to 6. So I'm going to discard the Cray. And then I'll move up. So then we advance the marker, and we don't... Wolf is not coming out. Okay, so it's the Luma phase. And I'm in trouble with light. I could try and complete it this turn, but light is on 6+, and I need 2 successes. So I could try and heal Wolf. That might be an idea. How many should I roll? 2, and then I would want to do light, and then next round do squeeze, which is an explore. Let's try it with 2. I do have 1 crystal, and I have hope, so I can re-roll. So I got a 2 and a 3, so I'm going to use the crystal to get the 2 we need to heal Wolf. So Wolf goes back to discard, and we get 2 crystals. And I'm going to put 1 on light and 1 on heal. So heal goes to the end. Everything moves up. Now my only problem is Sableton is going to do damage to us with our spirit because there's no creatures in the river. Hey, what can I do? So now I need to get light back up. So I'm going to roll the 3 that I have left. Do I need to roll 3? If I roll 2, I still have 2 crystals. I need 5 or more. And I've got 1 left. I think it's worth just rolling the 3. So we're looking 5 or more. And we have a 5 and a 6. So I have the 2 successes. So I make it to the center. Don't need to use any crystals there. So that's the end of our Luma phase. So we will activate creatures. So now we've got the light token in the center, so we can go for squeeze. So we activate creatures. So we're going to lose 1 spirit from Sableton. Enter the river. Then discard 1 other creature from the card of the river. If you cannot, lose 3 spirit instead. So we have to lose 1, 2, 3 more spirit. Unfortunately. And then we advance the marker, the shadow marker, and Twisted Flax. There is no wolf in the river, so wolf comes back and goes to 6. So that is the end of the shadow phase. So we're going to go for the Luma phase again, and we need 3 successes. We can do it because we have the light marker in the middle. So I'm going to roll all my dice. And we only need 3 or more. Wow. Okay, we got a 6 and a 5. So we can spend 1 of the crystals to get the 3 that we need to draw story card 8. So story card 8 is Squeeze and Shelter. Luma and Brom raced through the gorge, escaping the clutches of shadows and claws. With a flash, they squeezed between two jutting rock faces and emerged into a dark vale overlooked by a distant thunderous mountain. Finding a sheltered nook, Luma and Brom paused briefly to let the quiet heal their spirit. On play, gain 2 spirit. Thanks. Then remove the save from the scene. The save from the scene. And return it to the game box. I don't have the save in the scene. Okay, and we have prevailed. So we resolve squeeze, travel to scene 21, Skorpusberg. So we will travel as normal, so the creatures get discarded. We clean up our river. We remove all the tokens and markers from the scene. And then we go to the next scene, or we save the game. You can save the game after any scene. After performing the travel steps, instead of following the scene set up for the next scene, follow the steps to save your game. So we will travel to 21. I think we're supposed to start on this stage, but we'll go here. Skorpusberg. And then we save the game. So place discard piles on top of their respective decks. So creatures, explore, shadow discards. Place Luma, Brom and Boon area cards on top of the chapter deck. Luma and Brom, Boon area cards on top of the chapter deck. Save the decks. So shadow cards go here. Oh, I can't see. The chapter cards go here. The explore deck goes here. And the creature cards go there. Save the crystals. So all the crystals go into their respective little pots. And the action cards as well. Glad we've got a few crystals. Save the spirit marker, so we'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Save the dice. Yeah, so we have the 5 dice. We don't have any extra dice. Store the tokens. Oh. So all the tokens just go in the box. And save the page and close. So we do have a nice lid that goes on this. Like that. So everything is really well saved. Love it. And then we will close the book on the next page. I've shown this before, but I just think it's such an elegant system. There we go. Storyfold's Wildwoods. And that's it. So it's I really like it. I'm very happy that I found out about the house rule, because I think it just makes it a little more accessible, because dice rolls are not my friend. So sometimes I find that frustrating, and I think the fact that you can use crystals without successes just is a better mitigation than if you don't roll any successes, you can't do anything, because that would be annoying. So I'm pleased about that house rule. But there we go. That is it for this video live stream. And what am I doing next? I think I have a members video live stream tomorrow. Yes. So if you'd like to become a member, please click the join. It's very cheap and it helps me out. And you get your own dedicated live streams and shout outs and things and extras. But that will be Raiders of Scythia tomorrow, which is one of my favourite Garfield games, actually. I really like Garfield games, and I haven't played them a lot. One of my favourites is one of the West Kingdom games. Oh, I always forget which one it is. West Kingdom games. It's not Paladin. Oh no, it is Paladins. Is it? Is it Architects? Viscounts. I think it's Viscounts. Anyway, I really like it, and I don't think I've ever played it on my channel. So, and it's one of those games that I would just never get rid of. I was thinking about that, actually. I might do a video on... it's probably Top Games, but I think it's slightly different. Games that kind of stay with you, that you would always be like, I'm never going to get rid of that. Yeah, I don't think people do that sort of video. They do my favorite games, or but games games to keep. Anyway, that is enough from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you're a member, I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I will be back soon after. I am dedicating myself to the profession of board game streaming, and so I will see you very soon. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.